Good morning. Here we are again with the dynamic kookiness of mastering this new app on Facebook. Wow, oh wow, I need to take a sip of green tea just to fortify myself for what I've been doing for the last 10 minutes. Clearly, I am making mistake after mistake because it's not going the way I would like it to go. Tea time. Good morning to you. Restored, refreshed. I'm Valerie Shepard coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. Yay. Coming into the space, taking a deep breath, wondering how I'm going to sort this out because what I'm doing isn't working, but that's okay. I forgive myself. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be perfect and have the things that we touch not be perfect. I know some of you are freaking out over my claiming that I'm perfect, but you know, that is the divine nature of all of us. We are perfection moving. It's just the human self that is the less perfect of the dynamics within us. So good morning. Thank you for joining. I'm trying to multitask here with my different apparati. Is that even a word? Apparati. So I'm not, oh, wait. Oh, I scrolled past it. Okay, so we are live. I'm happy to be here for another Wednesday, Hump Day Happy Chat. The new thing that I thought I was gonna do that would let me do more things is not working again. So I've got to try something else in the way of calling for help. But thank you so much for being here. I hope that your Wednesday is off to a fabulous start. And the truth be told, despite all the kookiness, my Wednesday's off to a fabulous start. It's off to a fabulous start. And I expect it to continue in fabulosity all day long. And that is not to make light of the dynamics that are going on around, because they're pretty monumental things happening across the globe right now. And we are all connected in the space of this this experience called a global pandemic, this character in our lives called COVID-19 or coronavirus that is activating in many of us all kinds of things. And today I wanted to talk about this idea of time management. How do you master your ability to master time? So I talk about what I teach is self-mastery, which I define as mastering yourself in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever your life brings your way. And so right now, our lives collectively and individually, so collectively in the smallest unit, like a partnership, a love relationship with a spouse or a partner, to slightly bigger, so to a family unit, and then to maybe bigger. So I have my spring classes starting now at the University of California, Irvine. So I'm teaching at the business school. And so my collective family, that slightly bigger unit, is about 82 students, a teaching assistant and me. So that's a slightly bigger unit that we're holding space for and managing. And then there's communities, and there are churches, and there are businesses, and there are the citizenry of a county, and then going larger and larger in these concentric circles, spreading out into the world and our experience on a much more global level. And so I'm often going to be talking from this level, from the who am I being, how am I being her in the life that I'm wanting to lead, in the experience that I'm wanting to live, in the contribution I'm committed to making, all of those things, the contribution I'm committed to making in my life and in other lives. How am I being that? How am I doing that? How am I flowing in flow upstream? How am I flowing uphill? How am I flowing when I'm actually standing on the side of the riverbank? Am I really in flow when I'm doing that? And so today I talked about time management. And in the space where we are right now, there's a lot going on with this experience of time. And some of us are in a place of there's way more time than I wanted to have and not enough things that I'm used to doing. Way more time. Isn't that interesting? I have way more time than I know what to do with. Isn't that interesting? So right now, there's an aspect of us that may be saying, I've always gone through life, or in the most recent past, wanting more time for things. And now that I have it, I'm actually upset about that. I'm like, I don't know what to do with all this time. And that's okay. It's just showing us that we're on the inside edge pushing out of our growth. Like we're on our own individual cutting edge. Like what's on the edge of cutting you into a new place, being you, into a new place, contributing to the world, contributing to your life, contributing to others' lives as you. So what's on that outside edge of your growth? And it's funny, as much as we sometimes want change in our lives, when it shows up, we get freaked out. Has that ever happened? Yeah, for me, oh yeah. There are places where I'm calm actively, passionately, fervently, committedly, another new word I'm making up, committedly, maybe it's a word, committedly calling in shifts in me and in my experience. And then when those shifted experiences are present, I'm in a little bit of a, well, maybe I didn't know what I wanted. Retreat. How can I go back to where I actually knew how to be me in that circumstance? Where I actually knew, even if it was a circumstance that I really didn't like so much, I at least knew how to do it. I at least knew how to be it. And so in this question around how do you master time management, I brought this up. It hit me the other day. I was doing something, an online course. It was supposed to be a face-to-face weekend, which I was so looking forward to, called Money and You. Shout out to my Money and You family and Dame Doria Cordova and my my friends in the Evolutionary Business Council and everybody involved in this kind of evolution of money consciousness. To Bobby DePorter, hi Bobby. So this question around the relationship with money. And so I was excited about going and seeing colleagues and friends while we were doing this masterful work. And because of what's going on in the world, we are doing it online. Several of us have banded together and we're doing stuff online. And in watching one of the video, I almost said sermons, haha, Dame Doria, you're giving a sermon. In watching one of the video modules, we are talking about time management, and Doria actually says, I think it's a quote from someone else, and if it's not, it's hers, that, you know, there's no such thing as time management. There's something else that we're supposed to be doing. And we'll get to that in a second. But so when you think about time management, or the way I've always thought about time management, it was kind of managing time. Like I have 60 minutes this hour, and I'm going to manage that 60 minutes this way. So when I look up different definitions of time management, you may see it defined as the process of planning and exercising control, conscious control over the time spent on different things. Conscious control over the time spent on different things, with an idea of obviously increasing effectiveness and efficiency My students ask me about this all the time. Is this class going to teach us time management? And in another place, I saw time management as the process of organizing and planning how I divide my time, division of time. So what Dame Doria gave me an opportunity, Dame Doria Cordova gave me an opportunity to contemplate, to get into the inquiry of, is it the time that I'm managing, or is it actually me? Which is really dynamic question. I believe it's me. It's the activities that I engage in that I'm managing. So have you ever noticed that in an hour you get a lot of things done, and at the end of the hour you're kind of surprised that none of those things was really that important? Yeah, me too. It's like, okay, wait, I did get a lot done in this hour, and when I go back and look at my list, they were the 3s, 4s, and 5s, and the 1s and 2s maybe didn't get done, didn't get finished, didn't get exploded into their biggest way of creating in me what I want to create in the world, creating for me what I want to create in the world. Why does that happen? So you may know of the name W. Edwards Deming, William Edwards Deming. Doria loves him. I studied him when I was doing my MBA and in my corporate career, Deming Management Tools. He's a fellow Libra, yay, October 14th, 1900, turn of the century guy. Of course, he's not still alive now. He transitioned off the planet in 1993. But he was an American engineer, statistician, management guru. And he is known for saying that 94% of mistakes in the workplace are systems related, not really people related. So when we're looking around at maybe who to blame, who should be taking responsibility for this mistake, it isn't really the people at all 94% of the time. It's the people only 6% of the time. The rest of the time, it's actually the systems that the people are leveraging to do what it is they need to do. The systems. Are the systems, is there a system? Is the system configured appropriately? Am I using this system? So for example, my issue with how I'm doing Facebook Lives and trying to use this new system within the Facebook platform that is throwing me for a loop. I'm getting over it though. The system and how I'm utilizing the system is thwarting me. It's thwarting me, or I'm thwarting myself and the system happens to be in the way. But either way, there's a dynamic there that isn't just the individuals doing it wrong. There's a relationship where the system is coming together with the being, and that's gotta produce something. So this question of, am I managing time? Am I managing activities? Am I managing time, or am I really managing the activities? Truth be told, there are 1,440 minutes in every day for every one of us. They are on the same clock every day for every one of us. So what actually is happening? What's going on? So what I find for me is I focus on the imperative importance to get them done first, best, when I've got the most energy, when I'm at my, that bright-eyed and bushy-tailed place in my day. I focus on them, and sometimes I get them done. Sometimes I'm interrupted by something that is a 3, 4, or 5, or maybe a 10, or maybe not even on the list. How many times do you find yourself disrupted, distracted, derailed by something that's not even on the list? I do. So what if I only focus on the critical, the mission critical, and delegated the rest? So we need systems for that. So that's one idea in this idea of time management today. But that's not even really the most important thing I wanted to talk about today. Managing the activities is really the critical message here today. Managing your activities, and where is your opportunity for greater ease, peace, flow, rest, rejuvenation, harmony, joy. You know, Hump Day Happy Chat is about exploring the opportunities for happiness and joy that exist in our experience of our day to day, our moment to moment, ourselves being ourselves, that we might not be tapped into, turned on to, tuned in with, aligned with. So right now, there are a lot of people overflowing with time like never before. And it may be because they don't know what to do with themselves in the absence of what they were used to doing with themselves. So I give you these ideas around the inquiry around, why am I so disrupted by actually having more open space in my calendar, more open space in what's available to me to live, more open space from which I can choose, or during which I can choose moment to moment. Whereas before, maybe I was roped into a thing that happened on a specific schedule, number of days per week, number of weeks per year that I knew I had to do. And now that I've been given some freedom, I've been given a respite from that, why am I so discombobulated? So here are some ideas to play with, okay? As you choose, and I believe paradigms shift because we make the decision to shift them. I don't believe they're completely organic. Dynamics change. The way I interact with that dynamic is the way I'm changing my paradigm. So here are some potential paradigm shifting inquiries that I encourage and invite you to play with, like to dance in, to just look at. Could this serve you some way to have more ease, peace, and flow, and more happiness through all of it? Number one question, and these are all going to be from the self-mastery perspective, because it's you moving outward into the circumstance that is going to change it, right? I teach my students that you can create more happiness without anything in your outer world shifting. The outer world holds constant. It's going to stay the way it is. It's going to do what it's doing. The most power you have is over this magnificent instrument, this beingness that you are bringing into the outer circumstance as you. So question number one, what serves me at my highest levels? Am I pursuing my dreams, or am I doing something else? What am I in activity around? Is it somehow awakening and blossoming me into a new way of being me, which has the potential to shift everything in my outer world? Or am I feeling constricted and holding myself in a particular vibration because it feels familiar? I know how to do it. Second question, how am I contributing to my own awakening of myself, knowing and loving myself? How am I awakening myself to know myself and to love myself more? What if that's all you need to do in this time in order for your experience of time to shift dramatically? Number three, what changes in my world? What changes in my world when I change me? And what aspects of me being me do I want to change first? What changes in my world when I shift something about me? When I get quieter, when I get more contemplative, when I learn how to experience my own fear, when I learn how to benefit from my own frustration, when I learn how to see the joy or the opportunities for joy emerging in a situation that I really don't want. What changes in my world when I get very accomplished, very astute at changing me? And then what aspects of me would I like to change first? Would I benefit from changing first? Number 4, this is one of my seminal questions in this self-mastery experience of you being you. Hi there, I see you. Thank you for joining. Powerful question that I ask my students and my clients a lot. Who am I being when I think I'm being me? Who am I being when I think I'm being me? There are many ways that we take on behaviors from as early as 0.1 time on planet Earth, very young age. Scientists, psychologists, psychiatrists, it's in the literature, look it up, that most of our maybe false self, most of our limiting beliefs, most of our emotional wounding that can end up driving us, that we end up using as our raison d'etre, that somehow fuels us in potentially negative ways, that all that stuff is established in our lives by the time we're 6 years old. And the rest of our lives is about finding that stuff, rooting it out, healing ourselves, forgiving the whole situation, and spiraling up. Consciousness rising, spiraling up. So who am I being when I think I'm being me? So I've discovered a lot of people that I was being in my life that wasn't serving me. Sometimes the quiet that happens when all of a sudden my schedule is blown apart, I call it found time. I found some time in my schedule. So found time. And some of us just found 30 more days in our schedules that will have a lot less or none of what we're used to, and a lot more of stuff that we're kind of going, what's happening? Who am I being when I think I'm being me? So when some of our activities are in some way in service to greater self-awareness, in service to my own consciousness rising, your own consciousness rising, the shift that's happening within yourself, believe it or not, everybody benefits, especially when the shift takes you into a deeper place of self-love, a deeper place of self-acceptance, a deeper place of self-contribution, because it is only when we are full ourselves that we can be the best for those around us. Have you ever been trying to support somebody and noticed how tired you are? Last night I was on a call with a mastermind partner, an accountability partner for some self-development work that I'm engaging in right now with my friend and amazing teacher and businesswoman, Natalie Ledwell, her Ultimate Success Masterclass that I'm doing also online. But we have the opportunity to choose accountability partners, and I picked one, and we get on the Zoom every 2 weeks, and I was wiped. I mean, I was wiped out, absolutely exhausted. And I found myself trying to stay on the call for Patty's sake, not for mine. I was tired and I really needed to get off the Zoom. And finally, I noticed that why am I trying to push this? Why am I trying to push myself? I'm not being all that I can be for this partnership that we'd created as accountability partners. And so I said, I'm sorry, I apologize, but I really can't do this any longer. Please forgive me. I'd like to get off. And it opened up space for us to talk about, well, do we really need an hour? Can we go for half an hour? What if it's only 15 minutes to do a check-in, but we do it more frequently? It opened the space and enabled beautiful dialogue to come out that would help us support one another in what we originally were trying to do. Do you see where I'm going? So whenever I contribute to myself, what I tend to find is that in doing so, I create openings for magnificence and beauty and unconditional love and acceptance and the spiral of the conjoined dance of oneness in oneness to unfold. Everyone benefits. Even not touching me, the ripple effect of just powerful, up-leveled energy being on the planet benefits everyone. Every time one more person on our planet shifts into a higher vibration, everyone benefits. The ripple effect is huge, like the 11th monkey. It's huge. So the final question in this inquiry about, am I in time management, am I in activities management, or am I in an up-leveling of myself and my relationship to myself that will change everything I experience relative to time? Am I in an inquiry with myself about up-leveling myself, consciousness rising, y'all, where everything that I'm dealing with relative to time has to shift? Here's the question: as you move and do and be in this time of opportunity for you, how will you keep your main thing the main thing? How will you, even as that main thing is evolving, how will you keep your focus on the main thing? Lots of inquiry today, opening you up to explore this time that we're all having right now and what's in your highest and best good for that time and how you spend it with you and others. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Hump Day Happy Chat. I'm going to close with the Karanaya Metta Sutra, the prayer of loving kindness, prayer for loving kindness from the Buddha, the Metta prayer. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings may all beings be happy. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature, and may all beings be free. And that is all of us. I'm included in all beings. You're included in all beings. My fervent prayer for all of us. Thank you for joining me. I'm Valerie Shepard, coming to you from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. Stay more than ever before. Stay well and be happy. Stay well and be happy. And hashtag keep on keeping on, my brothers and sisters. Keep on keeping on. Hi, Erica. Thank you for being here. Bye now. Erica, hit me up. Let's talk. Many blessings. Have a fantastic experience of the rest of your day.